Okay, before you watch this video, Sahara Gaming sent me this product for free. They asked me if I'd like to review, unboxing, test, and I said yeah, of course I would. So I just need to get that one and clear that away first. Also, they tell me it's designed for the low end market. That's people that are on a very tight budget, who want a heatsink with RGB lighting and a controller. It's designed for them. It's not designed for someone on a large budget who wants the best of the best. This is purely down to someone on a very tight budget. And also, it's not out yet. It doesn't come out until 2020, so we're still in 2019 at the moment. It doesn't come out in 2020. It should be out around about January time. So just need to get these little bits out of the way. So with that, it's over to you, Yorkie. Hello everyone and welcome to another Yorkies Bits and Bobs Home Tech. Today we have another unboxing and it should be that. It should be a CPU cooler for Intel and AMDs, and I'll stick the socket numbers up there for you. So hopefully it will work on mine. I have an i5 but I think mine's 1150 and it does say it does 1155. So it'd be interesting to see if it actually works on mine as well, because we are going to test it on that. So that's that one down there. That's my PC down there. That's a Sahara P35 and it has an i5 sitting in there, and hopefully this will still work and we'll be able to use it, because obviously they've tested it on certain models but not every model. Yeah, so with that, come a bit closer and we'll do the unboxing. Right, let's see what you get for your money then. Just get my knife out. I took me a dress off. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost. It should be under £20, so there's not a lot of money for what you're getting. So first of all, you get a controller, which says, what's that, controller box, power 12cm sync, and or remote control anyway. We'll have a look at that in a second, because this is the baby we're really interested in. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a battery. So there's a battery sitting in there, so move that out of the way. So that would be for, I would have thought for the remote control. I wouldn't have thought it'd be for anything else. That's a bit strange having a battery like that. So it must have fallen out of the packaging somewhere. So let's see what you get. So we've got some fixing plastic connections, two different types or one different type. Well, we'll have a look at that in a minute. A mounting, looks like it might be for AMD or Intel. Oh, the other thing I found, I did check the website out and it does show you how to do the installation, so that would be very helpful. So that's for your RGB lighting. Sahara Gaming says in the middle, looks like it's got a plastic cover over it. You see that? Quite like a little what's that, flames. So obviously it's got to reject the heat out, so heat coming out. What's that say? Warning, remove before installation. Well, hopefully we will. We're going to have to apply some thermal paste. They wouldn't send me a thermal paste, but we have plenty of thermal paste. So first looks around. It's got a little bit of a weight, but not a lot of weight. There are little heat sinks all the way around it to draw the heat off, and then the fan will spin up and blow it away. So we will go through the installation as well, hopefully. So yeah, it comes with a battery, and you're not supposed to touch it with your hand, by the way, because it can discharge them. So let's see what you get in here. Oh, get some instructions. Right, it tells you about connections. Ah, it's a whole kit. So you get a whole kit actually. So you get that, hopefully that. Obviously the remote control. So that looks pretty good. So what do you get in the bag then? get your little remote control. See that? Oh, it's quite good. Let's get everything out. So a little extension lead that will need to go into the controller. That there, we'll probably need that one. This I'm not sure. Oh look, it comes with sticky as well. That's pretty good. So double-sided, so that's a bonus. So that will go around the back of your case somewhere. You can plug in all your fans. I've already got one plugged in, although this is different to mine. So I might just swap it out. So how many you can do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 connections, yeah, 10 fans basically. And I think we've got quite a few in there. Let me just check. Yeah, we've got 8 fans already plugged in, so yeah, that'd be our 9th fan, that baby there. Nice remote. And like I say, the battery's not in there because it's sitting down there. Right, I didn't show you around the box, so I'm going to show you around the box now because it looks like it's got some little pictures on there. Yeah, showed you how to set it up, even on the box. Should be quite straightforward. We will have a little play with it. Shows you the specs. So here's your Intels. You know, so you've got your 775s, 1155s. We've got a socket 1150, and I'm hoping it'll work. AMDs, shows you that. Gives you your basic information, your specs. So it's 120mm. Yeah, pretty good. And look, there's your AMD stuff. How to set it up for your AMDs. That's pretty good. So yeah, very nicely packaged by Sahara. So it's called the Iced Rainbow Intel AMD CPU cooler. Only compatible with Sahara Gaming Pirate Turbo fan controller, which comes with it anyway, so that's fantastic. SaharaGaming SYNC fan controller box. Hydro bearings, AM4 ready, 95 watt TDP, ultra quiet. Like I say, we will be testing it and giving it a bench test to see how hot it gets. I've already done a bench test on my computer anyway, on my Sahara P35, just so we can do a comparison. And I think it was running up to a maximum of 67 Celsius. So it'll be interesting to see how we get on with it. So with that, we're doing the installation. Right, so the way I understand it is it goes on that way. So the raised bits go onto the motherboard, like so. Yeah. And this has 2 little hooks, one each side. And they hook, there's little hooks on here, they hook onto that. That should be quite straightforward to do. I can't see any real issues. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually do it and see if we have any issues. So first of all, you want the clear one. The clear one goes in there because that's got to go through the little hole. So if you've got a little hole there, push that through. So that was quite easy to do. So you've got 4 of these, one for each little hole. And that's it. So they're in. Now to lock it into place, all you've got to do is push these in. And these will push it in and hold it in place. what that does, it expands the plastic. That's one in. Right, so that was easy to do. It feels sturdy enough. Not sure how good it's going to be, but it's in there. Feels quite safe. So next thing to do is put some thermal paste onto that. A little blob in the middle somewhere, about there, not too much. And all thermal paste does really, it allows all the little tiny pivots in the metal that you can't see. It allows it to fill that up, so it gives a better contact to your heatsink. I'm just spreading it out a bit. That's just how I like to do it. I like to give it a little spread myself. When you put the heatsink on, it will spread it out anyway, but I just like to give it a bit of a spread first. So the cable's going up that end, so we'll just tuck it over there for now. So just make sure you know where your cable's going to make it easy for yourself. It go through one of these holes. And this handle here is going to go down this way so that I can easily attach it all and see what I'm doing, hopefully. So I've locked that side in already. So we just need to get this bit. This is going to be the hardest bit. Ideally you want to take the motherboard out and do all this, but I'm not going to strip her right down. That's quite easy actually, easier than I thought. Give it a little wiggle, just make sure it's in place, which it is. So then we need to do, put the graphics card back in, put the RAM back in. Right, so here's the new one. Got to take off this because we're not going to be using this anymore. Let's get the old one so I can line up the connections. Quickly undo it. Yes, I know my cabling is a bit of a mess. Right, not sure which way round it will go. So I velcroed this one on because it didn't have no sticky on it. So I don't need that on there no more. We'll sort that out in a bit. Now then, which is number one? So it says fan one now, which is near the power. So that's the power, so I'm guessing that's number one. I'm just going to unplug these one at a time. Right, fingers crossed it should be round the right way. So I'm not going to put the back cover on, just in case I've got the wiring round the wrong way. So that's it. So now what we need to do is test it, see if it works. Right, so it's all installed. It's not going nowhere. I was a little bit concerned about the plastic clips holding it in, but it seems to be fine. So I've got no concerns in that respect. It's a little bit close to my RAM sticks. It's just touching this one here. But this is only an 8-inch wide motherboard. This is the ASUS Z87K, if anyone's interested. So it's quite a small form factor ATX motherboard. Like I say, it's 8 inches, but it's about 120 centimeters wide, and I think the length is about 12 inches long. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. It's quite an old motherboard as well, so you might want to think about making sure you get a bigger motherboard, or maybe making sure that the RAM sticks are further away. But like I say, it does fit. These have got little heat sinks on them anyway. So yeah, it fits perfectly. And what we're going to do now, we're going to plug it in, and we're just going to check, make sure the lighting's in the correct order before we connect it to a monitor. Right, let's fire her up then, see if she works. Power on, we're just testing it. Yeah, she's up and running. The heatsink has two cables coming off it. One is for your fan header and the other one is for the controller. So let's just have a quick test to see what she can do. You've got buttons, different modes. So that's working fine. The thing I like about this, or one of the things I like about it, on my old controller you had to have a little sensor, so you had to point the controller at the sensor. But on the new ones you don't, because they have an RF, a radio frequency, so you can point them in any direction and they should work. So on off, see, they should just work. The fan, I'm not sure if that will work because I've got it set on the motherboard, but you can control the other fans. So that's controlled by the motherboard, and these are controlled by the remote. And it looks very good. Obviously we're going to have to do a test on the heatsink, and we'll do that in a minute. We'll just have a look, play about a bit first. So I had some Q numbers, so these are like your presets. And I've got a lot of lighting on here at the moment. Oh, quite like that way. That's quite nice. I've noticed one problem though. If you've got more than one set of these controllers, it will operate more, and I've got them on two PCs. So that's quite funny. Yeah, that's working fine. I'm quite happy with that. So with that, we'll do a bench test. Right, let's get the negatives out of the way first. Yes, it did run a bit hotter. It ran 4 to 5 degrees hotter than the heatsink I had on there originally. But you have to bear in mind the heatsink I had on there originally cost me about £50 to £60 when I bought it. So it cost a hell of a lot more money. This thing is going to be less than £20 as far as I know. And I'll stick a link in the video description as soon as I know what the prices are and where you can buy it from. It comes with a controller. So you can plug the heatsink into the controller to control the lighting, and then another cable comes off the heatsink to plug into your motherboard, so you can control the fan speeds, and your motherboard can recognise what speeds it's running at. So very good on heatsink. Love the new remote control from Sahara Gaming. This new remote control is actually better than the one I had on there originally, because the one I had on there originally, it would only work by using a sensor, and you had to point the remote at it to make it work. Whereas the new ones use RF, radio frequency. So you can be anywhere in the room. As long as you're within range of it and there's no interference, it just works. You know, turn it on, turn it off, it's brilliant. No more worrying about trying to find out where to point it, it just works. Comes with remote control. I'm not sure if it comes with a battery or not, so you would have to make sure you got a battery for it inside. Mine didn't come with a battery, but you might get it with the battery, I don't know. It comes with double-sided tape, so that's how you just plonk it on the back of the case. Make sure it's all plugged in and just forget it. I think it's excellent. I'm well pleased. Does it give my thumbs up? Yes, it does. I'm quite impressed with it. The whole package is going to be less than 20 quid, and I thought that was excellent. You know, heatsink, RGB lighting, control all your fans at the same time, brilliant. So with that, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down, and please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.